Welcome to the fifth
BingeCast.
fifth episode of the BingeCast. I'm keeping that still.
We are still workshopping that the intro song, but hey,
I feel like that should be an intro song. I'm gonna fight for
the
that intro song.
BingeCast.
The BingeCast.
Yep. Okay, we lost.
With a better one.
Yep. Everybody clicked off. No, yeah. Welcome to the fifth episode.
The fifth episode.
We're doing
this
it
a while now.
again. I keep saying that every week, but I'm yet very surprised that we're still
I am
here.
surprised. I think after the 10th or maybe the 15th, then we're like, okay, yeah, this is just now we're doing.
Yeah,
We've done it. We're not gonna mention that we're doing it. We just
I
do
might
it.
just keep mentioning it because it might be just a thing at the end. the 100th episode. What's up, guys? We're still doing
200 episode, no views. We're still doing it.
Miraculously, we're still here for no fucking reason because no one's watching.
Exactly. No, but to be honest, we've been doing it. We've been having great topics.
Yeah, no, it's been good. The internet goes wild.
The internet goes
every
wild,
week
as
somehow,
usual,
which
as
is
usual.
you know, at this point something you expect. Like anytime I go on Twitter and there's not some horrible thing that's happened, I'm like, oh wait, this is a good day? And then 5 seconds later, oh never mind, someone's getting fucking killed.
Someone's getting killed.
Yep.
Someone's getting touched.
New war
everything.
started. Something who knows? You know, every goddamn time.
But what happened over in Thailand?
What did happen over in Thailand?
What happened over in
Okay, I found this clip. I went on Twitter and I saw this clip of the Thai military draft lottery, which before we even go to the video, can we talk about how crazy that is? That it's like a lottery that you like pull a number and okay,
we do the same.
yes,
in Denmark,
no, you are right. We do the same here
do
in
the
a
same.
sense, but like
It's all I think any draft in any country is always a lottery.
no, yeah, it
One is just more forgiving than the other.
100%. It's just like with here, as far as I've understood from reading it, I think you get either a red or a blue one or whatever. If anything, we like simplify it to that.
Yeah.
Like you pull a ticket, and if it's red, you go. If it's blue, you don't. It is shit like that. Whereas in Denmark, that's not how it works. You get a number, and if that number ranges in between something, you go in. And I agree on paper that's the same.
Wait, well, what is it in Denmark? Because I did forget.
No, you do. You pull a number, and if
It's 1 and 2, no?
No. I got like 17,000 something.
Huh? No, it's either okay. So it's either you get exempt or you don't get exempt, right?
Yes, basically.
That's it.
But as far as I understand here in Denmark, there are enough people doing it voluntarily.
Yeah.
And they take up this, because every time someone volunteers, they also get a number. But they get one of the,
So percentage-wise, the people who get drafted are just dropping by the people who go there voluntarily.
Exactly. So when someone volunteers, they get one of the numbers within the bracket of, let's say, just 1 to 1,000. Make it easy, right? I pull 1,001, probably because someone took it and then got 995.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But here, from what I understand, is that that doesn't matter. You just pull a number, and if you go, you go.
So what are the colors for what?
I mean, I don't remember if the colors are correct. I think it's like if you get red, you go, or if you get blue, you go, something like that. But there's this color system rather than a number system.
Okay.
But here's a video of a Thai person who has an interesting reaction to avoiding the military draft.
It looks like a guy who doesn't want to be in the military.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't want to be in the military.
Oh, he is so excited.
So you got
Look how happy he is. Dude, honestly, if it was like that in Denmark and I pulled the number that made me not go to the military, I would also be doing that.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd be dropping.
I'd be happy.
I'd be dropping ass all over the military guys.
I remember the anxiety that I had when I was 18, and I went to the place where is it? It's like in Nordsjælland.
Yeah, there's one in Slagelse.
Slagelse, right?
Yeah, it's probably one you went to. Yeah.
Yeah, Slagelse, and you go there. It's like fucking. You have to take a bus and shit.
It's a hell of a ride.
It's like it's somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. You get to this base, like military base type shit.
Yeah, no, it's literally military base.
Yeah, it's a military
yes.
base. Yeah, with quotation because I didn't see any military dudes. It was just fucking office people.
Oh.
From what I remember. But anyways, I got in there, waited in line, took the IQ test that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do and then you go into a doctor. He like touched me a bit. He touched my balls and he was like, "You're good to go." And I'm like, "Okay."
Okay, I did not happen to me.
What?
No, he didn't touch my fucking balls.
No way he didn't touch your
He did
balls.
not touch my balls.
Shut up. Yeah,
No,
he did.
I promise he did not do that.
Wait, hold on.
I promise on my life.
I
that he
swear to
did
God,
not.
I remember going into the doctor for the helbredscheck.
Yeah,
which is
they like
healthy check.
the health check. Yeah,
Health check.
Yeah.
And I go in. What? I'm so surprised. I know what the fuck. I walk in, and he's like, I had to do the eye test.
Yeah, same.
The eye test, hearing test.
Yes, the reflection test on your knee.
And then he takes the stethoscope, listens to my breathing.
All of that.
All of that shit.
Same.
And then he was like,
just not the ball.
and wait, the last thing he was like, we gotta check the balls. We gotta check the balls.
Yeah.
There's no way not. Wait, have I been sexually? What is happening?
I don't know, man. It didn't happen to me. I can tell you that much. But I was also I was deemed not suitable.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Mental issues.
Oh.
Yeah. I went in and I was like, because I also wanted to be deemed not suitable. So it was kind of in my benefit too.
Oh, so you
and
can
I had,
say, hey, I'm depressed. I don't want to go.
Yeah,
there.
I had like just started the antidepressants like a couple months earlier, like 3 months earlier. So I was just like, I'm on sertraline. And he's like, okay, yeah, you can't join then. I was like, sounds good, buddy.
Imagine just went in and said, yeah, I just got sexually assaulted. He touched my balls. I can't go.
Can't go. I am mentally disturbed
I'm fucked.
Yeah. No, that's
Wait,
crazy.
I'm actually so surprised. What the fuck? I thought they checked everyone's balls.
I mean,
testicular cancer and shit.
No, I mean, it's not an uncommon thing. Like, it's happened at the doctor for me.
Yeah, but
And it didn't happen there.
But the weird old guy, he was a weird old guy too.
Yeah, I think I
whatever.
had a woman, if I'm being honest with you. But
I won't think about that anymore. I'll just get past that.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Anyways, I took the IQ test after that.
Same. I failed. Oh.
Yeah. 60 over here. GG.
IQ 30. A door? I never heard of it.
And then I got the number. And then I had to wait. And then immediately they just say, yeah, you're exempt. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But again, I think that's the situation here in Denmark is that there's so many people that actually do volunteer that the chance of you pulling a number that makes you
It's so
go,
low.
it's tiny.
It's probably like
tiny.
one per 100.
I don't even know.
some shit like that.
Maybe it might even be lower than that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because even a friend of mine wanted to be a soldier. Like
Okay.
the most, like this, what an American would call an army ranger. Like,
Okay.
not an army ranger. What is that very stereotypical part of American army?
I don't know a lot about the American army.
You don't? Marine. A marine.
Marine?
Like a grunt. A grunt
Okay.
soldier, right?
Yeah.
Like, I should say. You can be that in Denmark. That's the one that's everyone wants to be.
Okay.
And he applied to it. It took him 2 years to get the position.
Oh.
Because it's that many people are applying
okay.
year. So you have to wait 2 years.
What we can learn from this is that we in Denmark are very patriotic.
Yeah, we got the biggest army.
We got the biggest. We got at least 10 people in there, and we're ready to fight for freedom.
On a good day, 20.
Yeah, no. If no one's feeling sick, we're fine. Country is almost saved. No, if there's one thing for sure, if we ever get invaded, we're fucked.
That's what happens every time Denmark gets invaded. We just say, you know what?
Yeah.
My bad.
Guys.
My bad.
My bad. I didn't mean to offend you. I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry.
The only reason we have an army is just to help other armies.
Yeah, really.
We're literally just back up.
Yeah.
Except for frogmen, which are frogmen.
We do have the
hardcore.
frogmen, which is like our special services. I have heard that they're like one of the best in the world.
Yeah, they're hardcore.
Yeah.
They're the black ops of Danish army.
I think so. Again, I don't know shit about the American military, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, at least when you join the American military, you get a car out of it.
Oh my god, dude! Do you know my brother did the biggest lie to me when I was like,
What
like
did you say?
15, 14, 13? He said to me that he was in the army and then he got sent to Sweden for some mission.
Yeah.
And I remember this specifically because he said I got sent. I was on the mission. I was in Sweden. I got dropped down in the forest. Had to survive for a week. Like all of this, and I'm just sitting there like,
oh my god,
that's
really?
insane.
This is crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait, you really did that?
Exactly. And I just remember being 16 and confidently saying to, I think it was my sister, like, bro, like our brother, he went to Sweden on a secret military mission and shit.
What did your sister do?
Yeah, she was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "What are you talking about?"
That's awesome. It would have been so funny if you just played along. Like, yeah, no, it was a hard time for our family.
Exactly. I was like, "Damn it!" I was like, "He's a frogman? No way!
He's
like,
a frogman.
A frogman.
That is crazy." I will say, on like funny military stories, because my brother did go to the military.
Oh,
He did the.
he didn't lie.
No. I mean, I visited him, so I think it was real, but he could have been lying still. Trust issues. But no, he went on the draft thing, right? So the 4 months that you do when you get drafted.
Oh yeah.
He did that. So
The
not
mandatory.
like exactly. No, the thing that we skipped.
Yeah,
right? Like he volunteered to do it. And I remember visiting him on the premises of the military thing. I don't know. There's a word for it. And he kept telling me stories about things they had to go through. And there's this one specific story called the bull's asshole.
The bull's asshole.
That's apparently a drill they run, where like you have to crawl through this tiny. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking jumping through like a little
Jumping
circle.
through an actual bull's asshole coming out the other side would have been sick, but no. No, it's apparently like this tiny hole where like there's space for a guy, a person, right? That is our size, but that's about it. And then there's water up until half of it, so you can breathe and no problem, but your entire body's wet.
Oh,
And then you have to.
That's pretty standard.
Then you have to crawl through this for fucking ages, and all of this is during one big drill where you have to you start somewhere, you have to go through different types of terrain,
Yeah.
then you have to end it through that fucking tunnel thing.
Yeah, so like a course.
Yeah, and he said like the whole thing took maybe 6 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a big course.
Yeah, it's towards the end of it, as far as I understood. It's like the last test of like you're finishing.
You're a soldier.
Yeah. At the end of this, if you want to be a soldier, you can be a soldier.
Right.
But he did that.
That's just for the people who don't know about Danish stuff, but vanepligten.
Yes, it's
Which is that?
I think draft
Mandatory
is
duty.
Yeah, it's just like a mandatory draft, but it's not mandatory.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can do it. But he did that, and I remember him telling me like people started crying and like like bawling up and being like, "I want to go home," because you're wet, you're cold, it's in the middle of the night, like
6 hours.
I would not have the mental fortitude. I would give up immediately. The moment I got wet socks, I'd be like, you know what? Actually, I would go home.
You step of mud.
Step in
I
mud.
don't want to do it.
Get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I want my mom.
I think I do it only because like sheer and like pure like determination.
Just resilience and determination.
Yeah, determination.
That is, and he did say that. He was like, he speaks very highly of it, even though he had the, rough experiences because it's part of it. But he speaks very highly of it because he did, one, get a great work ethic out of it.
Yeah. Discipline.
Also, he lost a fuck ton of weight.
Yeah.
Like he was like he used to be like me, a little chubby guy, like nothing crazy, but he came back shredded. He was shredded as fuck when he came back.
I wish that I could do it just for like 2 months or 3 months, just really fast.
I mean, the entire thing is 4 months, so you could do that.
I can though, because if I apply for it now, I have to wait like fucking 2 years to do it.
Maybe.
That's the problem.
I don't know what the rules are.
No.
I will say every one of my friends that wanted to go have went.
Did they?
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, I have a friend that went to the Livgarden, so the Royal Livgarden.
Oh, the Royal Guard.
The Royal Guard, yeah. Which is very in the news in Denmark right now because because there's this story that came out that the Royal Guard does a shit ton of
drug.
Oh wait, I've seen that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one guy who got caught with a video of him and his friends.
Yeah.
just
doing
sniffing.
just going fucking crazy.
What? I do remember that.
Yeah, and I won't lie. My friend told me some crazy stories.
Give me
I
one.
won't. No, I don't want to air it out too much because none of them implicate him, of course.
Yeah, he's not a part of it. Obviously,
He's not a part of it.
Obviously.
But he had like not bunkmates is wrong, but like roommates because they're in like different rooms.
A dorm.
Yeah, dorms
Dorm
where
mates.
like they did certain things out like a lot of drugs.
Oh, okay.
No.
You said a lot of drugs and they did a lot of things.
Oh no. But just a lot of drugs. A lot of
any
illegals.
type of dorm environment in Denmark does a lot of drugs.
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't do it at the premises. At least not from what I've been told. It was like you go because it's right by one of the big party streets. It's right by what's that called?
Party streets?
Yeah, just one of the big party streets in Denmark.
Strøget.
No, not party streets. Like there's a shit ton of like bars.
What
The fuck?
It's like
It's like the bit when you're 16 and you want to go out, you go there.
Strøget.
Oh my god, no. Anyways, it's not so
Big party street in Copenhagen.
It starts with a G. It starts with a G.
A G.
I'm pretty sure. It's by if you continue by it, you get to Nyhavn. It's like right by Nyhavn.
You get to Nyhavn. Okay, while you search for it, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, but I mean,
That makes no sense.
either way,
One street where everyone parties?
yes,
Like
there's
that's literally just that's so many bars
but
and everything.
there is a lot of bars, but it's more like
That's where
clubs.
people go.
It's more like clubs. So if you go to Nyhavn, you go to Kongs. Wait, where is it?
Okay, so the Royal Guard is at Kongens Nytorv, right?
Exactly.
At King's Nytorv.
But there's one of these smaller streets. Pellega? No. I mean, I
Where-
also
where-
don't want to stand on this too long because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But they're right by one of the big
party streets.
the big party streets.
Dangleter.
Yes, it's right by Dangleter. I think it's this street, but it doesn't say what the street. No, it's not.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Anyways, so they're at the big party street. They do a lot of drugs.
they're close to
and
it,
they got
right?
busted recently.
Yes,
it was all over
recently.
the news.
Yeah, I mean, my friend went years ago because we're old and washed.
We have. I was about to say we have a friend, both of us, that does it, but we don't. But I got. So when I went to high school with, he ended up also becoming one.
Yeah.
And I didn't really hear crazy stories. I feel like it's just the same as everywhere else. When there's any type of dorm environment with high schoolers or university students, the same kind of shit happens.
Big time.
Right?
I think it's also just like Danish party culture mixes with some, I'd almost say, unrealistic expectations from the military side. Like the military expects them to act a certain way.
Yeah, be more disciplined.
Where like you're still a 18, 19-year-old Danish person who has friends that go out crazy and a friend like obviously
especially after 4 or 5 months where you don't drink, you don't do anything, you
drink a
go with the
lot.
homies.
That is one thing he said.
I think you do at off duty time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like Vanderplikten, you're on duty for 4 months straight. I'm pretty sure, except for the third weekends, you get to go home.
Every weekend you have off.
Every weekend?
Yeah, every weekend.
Isn't it second or third or something?
No, you get to
or
choose.
People don't.
You get to choose whether you want to stay there for the weekend, which you can.
This is a long way, so some people are like, "Fuck, I don't want to go all the way back."
It's kind of like high school. Like you don't have to go home all the time, but you can.
Yeah.
No, they don't keep you prisoner.
No, I thought that it was like you get only a second or third weekend off.
Yeah, you have to work constantly.
Yeah, you're a grunt. You're a soldier.
Get ready for it. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. But no, yeah, I just heard a bunch of crazy stories, and I will say, if I ever got drafted to the military, we'd be fucked as a country because I would not know what to do. I'd be very lost.
But it's so easy also to just come up with something. You could just say, like, with the mental stuff as well. You could just say that you're not mentally capable of it. I'm pretty sure you just could straight up say that.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, I think the main reason that because you hear stories about people that try to act dumber on the IQ test and stuff like that, but they're very aware of that stuff. Like if you score too low, they're gonna be like, you have to take it again.
An IQ test is very easy to see if you're just answering random.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. If you're just trying to,
if you're just off the mark completely, it's like okay, you're not even trying.
Yeah, but I don't know how strict they are. When I was there, they didn't seem very strict, obviously, because
they don't. They don't care because so many people do want to do it anyways.
Yeah, I think that's at the end of the day, that's it really. Yeah.
At the end of the day, thank God we don't have it like Korea and stuff where there's mandatory.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, after high school,
you have
2 years gone.
Yeah, you have to do it, and it's 2 years.
It's 2 years.
Is it really?
It is. There's plenty of pro gamers.
Yeah, no, I've heard about the they somehow always get exempt.
Yeah, but there is I think if you got money, you can get exempt.
Maybe
because then you can pay a doctor to just be like, hey, I got this problem.
True.
Boom, get exempted
but I remember
from it.
That was a whole thing with Valorant. Which we watch, right? Like PRX, one of the big teams. Like Jing, who is a specific player, like, doesn't really matter.
Is he still?
No, he still plays because he got dropped or benched because he had to go to military service, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's getting dropped. It's crazy because he's one of the star players, or whatever."
Jing was crazy.
But he still plays because a month went by, and then the news came out like, "Oh, he didn't. He is exempt from military duty due to health problems, whatever."
But that's so tough also to do, especially if you're a well-known player or a well-known athlete as well.
I mean, it's the best years of your career that are gone.
Yeah, but if you do it, if the media picks up on it and the shady doctor, if there isn't a real reason behind it, the South Korean media is gonna fuck you up
big time. I would assume there is because he got out of it, right?
Yeah,
he still plays VCT and the whole thing.
People like media didn't really pick up on it, but I've heard about like actors and stuff like big in South Korea.
I mean, yeah. What
South
about
Korean
the?
actors and
Is
shit.
it the BTS guys that are doing it? right now. I think
Maybe they did.
I think so. I think
not now. I think BTS are pretty old.
Maybe
they're like our age.
Maybe there's one Korean boy band, and I know nothing about K-pop whatsoever. But I did read the story. We do not want the K-pop people on our asses. That is one thing I do not want.
We're
Please
okay with fake K-pop.
Please don't dox me. I beg. But no, I did read about one like K-pop boy band where I think 4 of them out of 5 or something went on the thing, so they had to like go on hiatus for 2 years. Yeah,
that's the thing. I think if you're not reputable enough or have enough money, then it's GG.
Maybe it's GG. But it also like I don't know. Just to close off this very subject, imagine how fucking like it again. It's 2 years of your prime time.
It is
in whatever thing you do.
2 years is crazy though. 4 months should be the average. I feel like Denmark got it right. 4 or 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah,
sure.
No, it's like you build character in there.
Yeah,
like
you build character, you build discipline, you build a good body.
Yeah,
that's it. You know how to fight decently or to move decently.
Well, yeah.
After that, you can get trained because the whole reason why people have countries have this mandatory service is because if we do need a reserve,
yes, there is
from the original military. If we go to war, we need somebody to be ready.
Big time.
That's the only thing, right? But in this day and age, war happens so fucking rarely.
I did talk to my brother about this, like not recently, like within the last year. We're like, is he still in the range of people that would get called in? Because it's again, my brother is 10 years older than me, and he did this in his early 20s. So it is.
So how old is he now? He's 30.
He's 36, 37.
I think after you get to 40, you're probably gonna get exempt.
Maybe I don't know. I asked him, and he was like, "I don't know actually," because I mean, again, his body is not what it was 13 years ago for obvious reasons, because no one is, right?
But the thing is, if you have taken the Vanderplicht, which is the draft pick. Then if there is a war and Denmark is needed, you can't get picked.
Definitely, 100%.
We can't get picked.
No.
But if Denmark is at a big war, they're probably just going to take us anyway and say, hey, do the Vanderplicht now.
Put on a helmet, get this gun, and I'm like, I played Call of Duty once, and I guess fine.
This is fine. Listen, I'll stand in the back lines and I'll shoot.
I'll be like, I will 360 no-scope these ones. It's okay. Yeah. Bro. I'll make a sick fucking montage.
Give me an op. I'm ready to go.
Give me an op.
Give me an op and I'm ready to go.
Give me an op, he says. That's crazy.
But anyways, other than the time military duty, you've been talking about this thing you've seen.
I have. So everybody knows about the Minecraft movie.
Everybody
does. Before we get to the clips that I watched, there's this whole thing about chicken jockey.
Yeah.
You heard about this?
Yeah, the movie.
I don't know a lot about it, but
I don't either. I don't know why it's a big thing.
Me neither.
But I've seen the clips of people being in theater,
like throwing popcorn and like crazy.
Just being annoying.
Oh, really?
Like, respect to all the fucking cinema people who work out there in America, who has to clean up all that shit.
I think the funny thing is, I recently saw a tweet from a supposed, theater cinema worker, where he's like, yo guys, so I've got put on chicken jockey duty, and then he just has a schedule where he is at the Minecraft movie for those 5 minutes every single movie, where his job is just being like, yo guys, can we not be throwing shit all everywhere? Like that's his job for the entire.
That's a good dude. Nah, respect to that dude.
Yeah, I mean it's just his job, which is crazy. But yes, 100% don't do that. Yeah, that is
so people insane. Do that. I don't know why chicken jockeys.
I don't get it. I think we're too old. I don't know.
Too old?
Yeah, to get it, because there's clearly some joke that we don't get here.
We didn't play Minecraft. I think it's a Minecraft thing. Minecraft grew up with us.
Yeah, no, I played a fuck ton of Minecraft when it came out in the beta.
No, but you weren't a real Minecraft gamer.
No, but that's the thing. Like I played the beta. Because I'm that old, apparently.
Was that 2012 or some shit?
Maybe. Even earlier, I think, honestly. But yeah, so I played when Minecraft wasn't anything. Like, you could do the crafting table, you could build the regular blocks, but there wasn't redstone, there wasn't any of the, animals, really. There was
so you didn't play Minecraft?
No, I played OG Minecraft.
Yeah.
And then I quit because World of Warcraft is such a better game. And yeah, so no, I think we've just missed the Minecraft era, I guess. Yeah, but I'm assuming it's some inside joke.
It is the
little zombie guy, because the whole thing happens is that the little zombie guy is on top of a chicken with a fighting.
Wait, memory sparked. Oh my god, I think actually memory sparked. It's because it's a rare drop. It's a rare mob. It's a rare mob drop. If you see a zombie on a chicken, yeah, then it's like, holy shit, that's like 0.111% fucking mob drop.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think that's it.
Yeah, and then maybe saying chicken jockey is like that.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, chicken jockey.
I see. That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would honestly make sense.
I think it's that.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think it's that.
I mean, the whole thing is Jack Black's fighting that little guy in a octagon ring.
But that's why people go like amok, because they're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Christ.
That makes sense.
Fucking 0.01% mob drop.
But nonetheless,
give it mount.
Mount. Nonetheless, this movie's fucking insane, by the way.
I haven't seen the movie, but it's
of course watched this movie through legal channels.
Of course.
But I have seen certain clips of this movie where it's this weird pre-production version.
Right. So you somehow got your hands.
I got no hands on nothing.
Website.
I got no hands on nothing. I just in my peripheral vision,
it just dropped on your lap.
No. In my peripheral vision, someone else did something, and I was just like looking over the shoulder with them. But nonetheless, it was this weird like it was this weird beta version,
right,
of like the movie. It was like it was not finished, and it was fucking.
So what is beta version? That is. There's post-production. This is pre-production.
It was definitely pre-production. It was not fucking ready.
I haven't seen the clips.
Okay,
so
you haven't seen the clips?
To see them.
Oh, I actually have to find them real quick. I forgot to open them up. But it is. I put on the movie as like this is new. Crazy that this is available somehow through legal channels. Let me just put this on and see what's up with it. And I was very surprised. Because holy fuck, halfway through the movie, I will say I watched this with a friend. It took us way too fucking long to realize that these clips are this movie.
Oh, so the movie was still the same, kinda. Okay, it looks scuffed.
It was
It looks so
the
scuffed.
entire movie was fully edited to be the right pacing, I think.
Yeah, but so the CGI wasn't.
The CGI wasn't finished. So here we're showing a clip, which I don't know if I can show on screen, but we'll see. If we get copyright strikes, it's not the end of the world. But
this is so bad.
It is so bad. And the worst part, it took us so long to realize. We were like, why does this movie look weird? And then after 30 minutes, we're like, this is not right. Look at this shit.
Look at the wall, too.
Look at everything. Look at the way it explodes. Look at Jack Black. He has the green screen around him.
Okay, wait. So this is pre-touch-up. Yeah. CGI. This is pre-touch-up.
Big time.
Yeah.
But there's one clip specifically.
Okay.
That is fucking hilarious.
The big one.
Yes. It is Jack Black. You just see the... I
can just see the green screen behind.
It is so... Yeah. No,
actually, blue screen.
Yeah, blue screen. Which has, a fun inside fact, has become more normal because the lighting's better. But yes, you see the blue screen around him. So Steve is fucking...
Oh my God, it's so bad.
It is so bad. But this is not the bad part yet. The bad part, I'm just going to skip to it. It's whenever he's done talking with this gremlin-looking ass pig.
Right.
He walks away, and there's these villagers. Before we get there, you know the villagers from Minecraft?
Oh.
Yes,
oh.
exactly. Oh. They're also in here, of course, right? They're a pretty big part of the story, actually.
Emerald farmers.
And throughout the entire movie, they look normal. They just look like villagers. Yeah. Nothing crazy.
Big nose.
But right after this clip, he walks away. Watch the villagers in the background.
That's not villagers, that's pigmen.
No, they're going to come. Just wait. It's going to cut to something else. And then there's going to be a bunch of villagers in the background. There they are. And do you notice what's wrong?
Wait, they have...
There are no faces animated.
I need to close look at this. Wait. Fucking Christ.
But no, they forgot. Well, they haven't forgotten yet because this is clearly not what it's supposed to. They haven't animated the heads onto them.
Wait, what are those masks though? They look creepy.
It's like no, but look. If we write villager Minecraft movie, this is what they're supposed to look like.
Big nose.
Oh my God. Okay, I can't see with the screen. Oh wait, I have a screen in front of me. My bad. Minecraft movie. This is what they look like in the movie. So this is what they look like in the movie, right?
Oh my God, the nose.
And this is what they look like at this specific scene.
They look like Sith people from like Star Wars.
And I think that's probably some movie magic. Like it's to make the sensors for like animating the head on top
motion
of it.
capture. Right?
But they just forgot to put it on. Dang. And when I was watching this with my friend, we could not stop laughing the entire time because we expected some sort of normal looking movie and we just got the weirdest fucking train ride of just what are we watching?
Yeah, you just reading pre-production on a very legal website.
Very legal. I watched it on Netflix. If anyone asks.
Honestly,
it was a bug.
Netflix needs to fix their shit. Like,
it was a bug. Yeah, no, honestly, Netflix, what are you doing? It was a bug where I was like, oh, how is this on Netflix already? And then I clicked it, and then we just watched the pre-production. Also, one of the funny things is that half the time is a way overstatement, but a couple of times throughout the movie, Jack Black just speaks Russian for no fucking reason.
What?
Yep.
With dubbed Russian
or just dubbed Russian?
Oh, dubbed Russian.
Yeah, but only him. No other character.
That usually happens on very legal sites.
Of course.
It does.
On Netflix. It happens on Netflix all the time.
Yeah, sometimes they fuck up on release. Like,
I hate when that happens. But it was very funny because he would have a conversation with the kid that's like the main character. And the kid would still be speaking English.
Wait, there's a kid in the movie?
Yeah, the main character is like the kid. The kid you saw fucking fly around before.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the kid. He's like, I don't know. I actually don't know if Minecraft is a thing in this universe. I don't think it is. Like in
Minecraft.
No, but like the game. Like the game. I don't think the game is a thing in
the game is the universe.
No, they start in the real world.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they like get transferred into the movie. Or not movie, into the universe.
It's like a isekai type shit.
Sure, Mr. Japanese boy. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Did the kid die?
Isekai?
Did the kid die?
Oh, fuck. I'm not spoiling this movie. They all exploded. And died.
So the kid died.
Everyone dies immediately into the movie. There was one very funny thing. The first like notable thing me and my friend saw when we were watching the movie, where like something was wrong and seemed off, was when the Minecraft wolves are a part of this movie. Because like the whole story is that Steve loses his wolf friend that he grew up with. And he just has to find it again. And I think, from what I remember, this wolf friend like escapes to the real world, but they didn't animate it in yet.
Did he escapes?
No, the wolf.
Oh.
So it's just a red square where it just says wolf on it, and it just flies around like it's supposed to be a thing. And everyone acts towards it like, hey, that's a wolf. And it's just this red fucking thing.
But that's funny though, because you get to see the actors actually interacting with the fucking useless material that they have.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
The friend I was watching it with, maybe it was a little bit like, what are we doing? But she started to like it because it just became.
It got
hilarious.
funny. Yeah.
It just became hilarious. But I actually enjoyed it a lot because I was like, this is a very cool inside look of like things.
It's like an insider peek at it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very cool.
One thing that would be funny would be watching the behind the scenes of some of the Black Mirror stuff, I feel like.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because that's a whole thing right now. New Black Mirror episode came out. Well, the whole season came out.
Whole season is banging. Gotta say.
I agree with you. No,
did you see that?
I have not. I still haven't. I've seen everything but the first episode, and I deeply apologize for that.
The first episode was probably the top three.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's top 3.
I mean, let me just pull up the episodes real quick.
Yeah, because definitely top 3 are the first episode, and then the 4th episode. I don't know the number wise, but the ones that are specifically, there's one very emotional one about memories as well, which is, I would say, the best one.
Memories?
Yeah, memories.
Oh, Eulogy. Yeah.
Eulogy, right?
I mean, in general, I like this season.
Yeah, this season is very much Black Mirror like the first season.
I agree.
They went hard. They went hard on this one.
What I think is that recently I found out that people disagree with us.
What?
This season has like the lowest ratings.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
There's no way it has lower ratings than the fucking Miley Cyrus Despicable episode.
Well, that one got a lot of love.
I fucking hate that one. Yeah. It's so bad.
It is a pretty bad episode.
Season 7 in itself is just... season 6, sorry.
I think that's season 5, but sure. Yeah.
Season 6, season 5?
Yeah, no, I don't remember anything from season 6 whatsoever.
Which is
like
bad.
Nothing. I remember Aaron Paul, the actor, and just because he's Aaron Paul. But I mean, I think my favorite episode from this season is definitely USS Callister.
Yeah, USS Callister's a banger.
Just because it's like a sequel of the other episode, which I really enjoyed. Plus, it's got Millionati, who is the dream woman.
Banging.
Oh my god, she is so beautiful. And a
Plaything was
incredible
okay.
actor. Plaything?
Plaything was okay.
Plaything, yeah.
Hotel Reverie was...
I like the concept. I like the
The
concept.
execution was a bit.
Yes, I agree. There are some things that they kind of skipped over. Where like we should have had more time. I think you mentioned this at some point when we talked about this.
Yeah.
She should have more time to actually establish the relationship that she cares about this woman.
Exactly.
Other than just watching clips of her, right?
Yeah.
But
I hated that she became in love and totally discarded her old life simply like 2 hours.
Yeah. But then again, they spend like the first 10 minutes of
they spent a week together ish.
Yeah,
I think time wise was like a week.
I mean, but they also spent the first like 10 minutes of the episode just explaining how much she thinks
Adores
her
that
current
person.
life is kind of whatever, right?
Yeah, she wanted love.
Yeah.
But then again, if I was in that position, I think the first thing I would think of is like, oh well, this didn't work out because it fucked up, and I came back because she came back like in the middle of the episode or maybe at the end of it, and then she went back in. Like they got her.
I don't even remember that, but yeah,
they got her out of it, and she was like, "No, I have to go back in because she was."
Yes,
because she was in love. She wanted to find her again, and then
they reset it.
The reset.
Yeah.
The reset, right?
Yeah, the reset.
After the reset, I would have been like, "Get me the fuck out of here! Get me the fuck! I want to go back to my fucking Hollywood $5 million fucking penthouse, whatever."
But she loved living in the 40s whenever this took place.
Honestly, the actor who played the counterpart,
big time. She was good. She was so good.
So good.
Yeah, you actually felt like when she goes back in, and like you can like she keeps that glint in her eye.
Yeah.
That like she knows what's going on, but she's just acting like she's supposed to.
Like she went beyond the barrier and kind of felt the AI thing. Yeah.
But I really like the concept of that, but the execution was a little.
Exactly.
But I have one episode in here I have beef with, and that's Bed Noir.
Yeah.
That shit fucking dog.
Wait, which one is that?
It's the one where
she
works at like the candy company.
We talked about this.
I will gladly take this shit up again because what the fuck? It is such a dumb concept.
You're dumb.
How do you have a supercomputer that just goes parallel universes?
You're dumb.
It just felt more magic than it felt like Black Mirror.
It's quantum mechanics. What do you mean magic?
It's quantum mechanics.
So
all right, Einstein, explain it to me. Get out of the whiteboard. Get out the whiteboard.
The whiteboard is coming. The guy who fucking played World of Warcraft for 10 years straight
that is me.
Is telling me, I don't like magic. I don't like anything
beyond
the scope of
actual
reality.
I love magic.
Shut up.
I think magic is such a great thing and a lot of fun and a great
She's
story.
not a mage. She's a scientist who made a discovery in quantum physics so that she could have her own computer set up where, and I will give you this, there are plot holes with how she controls that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Click a button, say something, and then the quantum reality changes. That doesn't make sense.
No, that's what
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I will give you that. But, what's that phrase called? That sentence with like, you push your beliefs for a series to make sense because like, fuck it. What is that called? There's some...
I don't know.
There's
you
a
just
phrase like
I know there's like a term for it.
Yeah, that term.
Just like give it some leeway. It's not the term, but it's like,
Let's call it that. Give it leeway, right?
Give it leeway.
And that's
benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Which was fine because I think when I watched it, I was like, at first, I was thinking, okay, she's just a good manipulator.
Yeah.
Like the liar, like the girl, right?
But then again, when that specific, not to interrupt
the milk one? Oh.
Yeah, but it happens... Yes. Yeah. No. The milk.
The milk one was the one.
That's where you're like the video has changed. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And then immediately, then I guessed quantum. I swear.
Did you really?
Smart.
Okay. Maybe I'm just dumb then. Maybe I am just dumb because I didn't even think about that.
It was such a Schrodinger's cat moment.
Okay. Well,
I told you, we've been talking about this, but like that Schrodinger's cat moment was like, okay, it happened, but it didn't happen. Yeah. What does that mean? When it happened, but it didn't happen?
I mean, I will also admit I was very heavily intoxicated while watching this entire season. So not a whole lot of things made sense. But no, I guess I will openly on air admit this. Maybe I'm dumb because it didn't spark a single thought that quantum mechanics. I don't know anything about quantum mechanics.
Well, you do know that one. The thing that everybody knows is the thing that if you have something in a box. With
I remember the Schrodinger's cat as like
it can be either or at the same time. It's two different timeline paralleled.
Yeah,
and anything could happen, and she switches between the timelines. So let's say when I was in high school and I chose to become a doctor, that's one way. That's the other way, and that's me right here now.
Yeah,
that's basically the parallel theory, right? Which is what I liked. As soon as you went into the house, the main character.
Yes.
When she went in and she
She like breaks in.
She breaks in.
She sees the computer.
The computer's locked it in for me. I'm like, okay. And then I got excited because I was like, okay, explain this.
Fair.
How does this work?
Yeah.
And then she went up and she was like, yeah, I have these 20 controllers. It's all just a pendant.
Yeah.
And she clicks on them. And then she says the reality. That's what pissed me off.
Okay.
She just says, oh, right now I'm the emperor of the world. Click. How does that even work? It's just the quantum computer picks up your voice and then changes it to that reality. No.
I don't know. That's
bad.
I didn't fuck with it. I didn't fuck with it.
I had a gripe with that one. That little thing ruined the episode. But at the end of the day, it was still fine.
Yeah. I do think it's the weakest episode for me in that season, though.
And
I haven't seen Common People, but you've mentioned it's really good, and my friend who I watched the season with mentioned it was really good. Like that's why I haven't seen the first episode, but I've seen everyone else because my friend had already seen the first episode when we sat down to watch it.
But the whole thing about why people are talking about Black Mirror at the moment is because of that one tweet, right? That's not the only reason, but that tweet has been circulating.
It has been,
and it's been farming.
Yes. It is Mark Kretschmann. That's definitely not
whoever that is.
Whoever that is. Just some Twitter fucking blue check mark guy. Forget Black Mirror. We need a white mirror.
Why do you say it like that? Forget the Black Mirror.
It's because
get that white.
It's because you had to capitalize. I don't know. I just read it capitalized in my head.
Get the black out of here. Get the white in. I guess. Goddamn. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Oh my god.
Tell me about it, man.
An optimistic sci-fi show about cool technology and how it relates to society. First of all, that would fucking be boring as shit.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be boring as shit.
We're gonna argue now. Oh, we're
if you want,
now.
No, but okay, if we go purely just on to, I want to make sure because I think I've been clipping like a motherfucker. But purely on just a show or movie basis, you want some sort of conflict, and that's like the entire idea with Black Mirror is that they just decide to use technology as a conflict a lot of time, or technology as like the way that gets you to conflict, right? If you make a show about all the cool technology, you still need some conflict.
But that's just another series with the same overall genre. So, okay, let's say the genre is futuristic. That's the genre.
Yes.
And then you can do Black Mirror, where it's, okay, these are the types of new advancements in futuristic science that could lead to very bad situations or very bad
but then
whatever.
Is it not just Black Mirror again?
That's Black Mirror. But then you can go the other way and you can try futuristic where it's these utopian futuristic things that could happen that then again lead to an unnatural way of life. Or like WALL-E. WALL-E isn't a Black Mirror episode.
No, that is true. But I think my main point with Mark here is that he wants a opposite of Black Mirror.
Yeah, which is
White
positive.
Mirror, but that just sounds boring as fuck to me.
No, but because too positive is also can be a plot to why it's not good.
I ain't never seen a fucking too positive movie and thought this shit rocks.
You've seen a utopian movie where it's so utopian that it gets bad, like Hive Mind utopian movies.
But that's what I mean. Then it just turns back into Black Mirror because there's a lot of Black Mirror episodes where like the technology is there for good, like it benefits people, it does this, but then you get to the dark side of why this actually maybe wouldn't work. The longevity.
Yeah, but
that's more my point.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
You're sticking to conflict. Sure.
Have you ever seen a show that without it? No.
Yeah, feel good shows.
There's still conflict.
But
then it's feel good, and then it breaks up.
That's surface conflict. Though.
What I will admit, yes, you're right. Let's say like a feel good show, White Mirror style. There's gonna be conflict still, like I'm saying, but it can end in a good way instead of Black Mirror, which usually ends in a bad way or a negative way. Okay, and then sure, you could do that. You could do that.
Futuristic episodes where technology is advanced to a very great point, but it's still 2026, 2030-ish.
Okay.
And then the conflict could be human-based instead of technology-based. That could also be it.
Well, yeah, okay.
And then
let me pitch you this. Okay, let me pitch you this.
Pitch.
Right. Okay, and this is for the White Mirror thing, right?
Right.
Let's say it's a detective show, right? Detective show, you're following our main detective, and this might already exist, and I just haven't seen it. I don't know. Detective show, you're following Detective Bert, detective guy Smith,
right. Detective Bert.
Yeah, Detective Bert guy Smith. You follow him and his little robot friend, who is his. In detective movies, they always have their like right hand man, right?
Right.
So you follow a little iRobot body, who is his little detective. Also robot friend. I think this might exist already.
Yeah.
But that would be the white mirror thing of like, this is a positive thing that it benefits society.
Yeah.
Of like, he helps him.
Yeah.
And you could make a whole show of them. Okay. Actually, on a side note.
You talked yourself into my point, which I love.
No, I'm I'm trying to play both sides here. Nonetheless, I still think it would be boring as fuck. But let's
Right.
Detective Gadget. Is that not just White Mirror?
Detective Gadget, Inspector Gadget.
The only reason he's laughing right now is because we had this exact thing.
Oh my god, it feels so good to be right.
Okay, this is sort of an inside thing that happened approximately an hour before we started recording. Was that he said Detective Gadget and I corrected him because it is Inspector Gadget.
I was
and now I just did that again. Yeah,
I was randomly singing Detective Gadget, and then
I was
actually it's Inspector Gadget, and then you did it right.
I just
It feels so good.
You're a bad influence apparently. Yeah, no, you're horribly influencing me.
Wayd 1, Videlle 0.
I have like I have 10 at this point. I think probably. No, nonetheless, I can see the point, but I feel like Inspector Gadget is maybe White Mirror because he's a robot. He's a robot.
That's a good fuse between robot and bird. Robert.
I mean, again, all pigeons are technically robots sent by the government to spy on us, right?
Hi, chill, MAGA.
MAGA. I think that's just a pretty common conspiracy theory.
Or the 5G waves and shit.
But it's like,
There's no conspiracy saying the birds are fucking signals.
Are you fucking?
There's not a common theory.
One of the
I have not
biggest
heard that random ass
it is that
conspiracy theory.
pigeons are little cameras sent by the government to track people. I promise you this is the thing.
Okay, I think there's a very niche amount of people who are
No.
way beyond the scope of
Are pigeons
actual
real?
smart people.
Well, yeah, let's get away from Wikipedia real quick.
The rock pigeon is the world's oldest
Conspiracy. Birds aren't real. I promise you, it's one of the big conspiracies.
Bro, I'll the United States. Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
It's specifically a New York thing, I think, because there's so many pigeons in New York.
I mean,
Yeah, but again, it's a conspiracy theory, and it was mostly just a joke. But I do still think that pigeons are watching all of our every single move.
Pigeons are not real. But the thing is with the Black Mirror is that it's been 7 seasons of the same thing.
It has been.
It's been 7 seasons of just, okay, this new technology advancement is going to turn bad, and this new thing is going to get bad, this new thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of mirroring.
It is almost black mirroring.
It's almost black mirroring. Like what happened with The Boys, for example?
Yeah.
Where it gets too real, too close to
Yeah,
2025 and too actual.
Agreed. Yeah.
And then it's like too much. That's what happened with season 6 specifically. I remember season 6
Of The Boys?
No, of
Black Mirror. I don't remember anything about season 6.
Exactly, and I think that's why, because it's like whatever we had
Maybe.
we had the pandemic, like, and all this stuff. Some of it was about it, maybe.
I think so.
I'm shooting my shot
I
here,
don't remember.
but I really don't remember. Even though I can see them on Netflix. I've seen every episode.
No, same. Yeah, no, I remember watching them. I just don't remember what they're about.
Which is crazy. But it's this thing with the Boys as well. Like, it's just catching up to ringing way too true.
Which is a little scary, is it not? That some of the like insane things that are going on, you're like in like The Boys or in Black Mirror, like, oh, this is crazy, this is wild. 10 years ago, this is wild, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is
10
what
years
happened.
later, 10
Surely
years later,
wouldn't
you're
happen.
like, oh, this is too real.
This is happening.
I don't like this. This makes me feel uncomfortable.
Like, The Boys had this whole fucking left versus right,
Yes,
where it's
big
fucking
time.
animalistic. People were killing each other to the point.
Which has been a story trope for many a year.
Yeah, but
But
now it's actually
now it's like, oh, okay, people are gonna do this.
the way people talk on X and the way the right hate the left and the left
Yeah.
hate the right. It's, oh my god,
It is so
it's
split.
getting too close to being The Boys type life.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, I think there is a limit to where like Black Mirror, where technology just becomes more and more just an everyday life thing. Like, it just like how
Question. Question
Answer.
is. Is there a thing or any type of technology that has been Black Mirror level or even close to in our time?
I think VR is the best. Like, Because there's the playtest episode, which was one of the early Black Mirror episodes, and VR was kind of becoming a thing. But nowadays, VR is pretty fucking realistic. Yeah, I think VR is maybe
but
like...
VR isn't dark yet. I mean, I guess it is. It's furries and people just having relationships and shit over online without ever meeting. That is kind of toxic. But...
Okay.
That
I heavy disagree with that, but okay.
What?
Yeah, you can have like weird internet long distance. Well, I don't even want to call it weird.
No,
you can have like long
have you
distance
seen the
relationships.
clips? Have you seen the clips of how these very
I think
specific...
as long as they are in the age of 18 plus and consensual, they can be as freaky as they fucking want with a furry suit.
Okay, not being freaky. Forget the NSFW part of it. Forget that.
Then I don't know.
It's just how weird people become when they only interact online.
Well, yeah.
In a thing, sitting together.
It's healthy to go outside and meet people.
It's just healthy to be a part of society.
Yeah, generally, I agree. As your local hermit crab, I do agree that it is good to leave your house every once in a while. I told you this earlier when we were meeting up. Like today, I've been feeling a little like,
a little down,
whatever. Not even down, just like whatever. I was just like, it's one of those days where I'm tired and like I
camping.
Took an accidental nap for 2 hours in that very spot, and I woke up still watching the same show somehow. And then I went outside and got air. Like that is, it's good to go outside. I think it's the main.
Imagine it's good to touch grass.
Who would have thought? Not me. I would not have said that, but someone said it. Someone said it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there are some freaky shit online with like the VR thing, but I think VR is the one I could imagine is like the
VR could grow. VR could grow into something crazy.
But isn't there like VR suits? Is that like a thing? Oh shit.
Yeah, there's
where like you can kind of feel.
There's limbs like if you spend approximately $3,000.
Oh, like let's not talk about price.
You get to hold it.
Like,
you get the whole thing.
Like price doesn't matter. There are things that have become Black Mirror-esque, right?
Well, what I'm saying, Black Mirror is like. It's an obvious, like, it got shut down. Like, someone tried to do a technological advancement, and they did it for a couple of months or a year or two, and they got shut down regulation-wise because it was too bad. And I don't have anything in my mind.
I don't think that has happened, and I also don't think that will happen.
I think it might have happened, but we haven't heard about it. Because surely
that would probably make sense.
I feel like some CRISPR stuff.
CRISPR.
Yeah, CRISPR. If you can type it up on Google.
Sure.
CRISPR. CRISPR. Yeah.
CRISPR.
So DNA.
I have never heard of this.
This
clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats.
Yeah. So that's the scientific way, right?
I see.
But it's basically controlling genes.
Okay.
You can literally mix and match and do whatever. CRISPR is the reason why, like, if you they can recognize whether or not the kid growing in your stomach has Down syndrome.
I see.
They can change that or discard it.
They do that stuff through blood tests, right? Like, that's still a thing, I know.
Yeah, but CRISPR can take out and replace.
Oh, okay. So you're altering the kid.
CRISPR is just, from what I know, I'm not an expert at all.
Do not sue us because we got no fucking
we don't know shit. But please correct us if not. But I think CRISPR is just basically you can manage and choose attributes and choose genetic markers and take off and put on and take off and put on.
I don't know
which is very I
was about to say I don't know why that's like it feels unethical, but at the same time like it's
optimal.
Yeah, which
but the reason why it's fucked up is because very I think again shooting my shot, but like races have different genetic markers and stuff. So you could so there's hard regulation on CRISPR, but CRISPR is a big advancement in just making sure that your kid can't get cancer, or if there's a family trait of leukemia, you take that out, for example, stuff like that, right?
I mean, medicine's interesting that way, but also terrifying. Because what the fuck?
Really.
Imagine you tell this shit to a Victorian child, they would explode.
Bro, just show a YouTube video of fucking Logan Paul and they'll explode.
Facts. You just put fucking It's Everyday Bro in front of a Victorian child and they might just go mentally insane.
Exactly.
Papa, what is this?
Papa, what is this white man
Watch this, kiddo. You turn their computer around. Watch this, kiddo. And they're like, Papa, what is this?
It's everyday, bro. It's
every channel flow. London is my city. London's not a city, Papa. Well, okay, no, London's my. No, what did he say? England's my city.
England is my city.
I messed it up too. Damn. I'm not a real Jay Pauler.
Not an actual Pauler.
That's my bad. I'll work on my Jay Paul lingo until next time.
And then you got a special little fun thing.
I mean,
about President Bukake.
It is. I mean, this is old news at this point, but there's the whole. I don't even know too much about it, but there's just.
I can explain the legal part, or not the legal, but the actual part of it.
I know a little bit about it. Right. It's some. Yeah, I'll let you explain it. But there's this one very, very funny, but just like unintentionally funny tweet by Representative Jack Kimball. He tweets, "I wanted to make a quick apology. Last night, I referred to President Bukele of El Salvador as President Bukake. This was the fault of spellcheck and not me. When you type a word a lot, spellcheck will start to change words that are close to it. I will be complaining to Apple. And I've got a couple notes. I'm not going to lie to you. Because, like, first of all, Mr. Jack Kimball, why the fuck are you writing Bukake all the time on your company phone?
No, he's complaining to Apple. It's not his fault. It's Apple's fault, obviously.
But that's the funny part. He says, this was the fault of spellcheck. When you type a word a lot, he immediately opened the ad. Like,
yeah, it's an obvious joke.
Which is so funny. I don't think he's joking, to be fair. I don't think he's making fun.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Of course he is.
I don't
think
he is.
When you type a word a lot, spellcheck would change the word
He
that are close
is
to
a
it.
Republican
That's literally
representative.
a setup for a
He's a
joke.
Republican representative. They do not have humor.
I can bet you Jack Kimball got some fucking bangers. Try to write on Google right now. Jack Kimball funniest tweets. If there's more than 10 or 20, he's a comedian. / fucking political.
I would see.
You wrote Kimball wrong.
Wait, did I actually? Is it B? I don't know why I keep looking at the screen. What is it? Is it B, Kimball?
It's a B.
Post replies with Representative Jack Kimball. Just pictures, sure. First one, breaking. Donald Trump was not even allowed to be in jury deliberation if they were sure he acted with effect. That's just political stuff.
If Ukraine did attack Twitter, as Elon Musk said, this is very serious. I invite Twitter to conduct negotiations with me so we can bring peace to Twitter. Unfortunately, Elon holds no cars and doesn't own a suit, so we expect Elon will have to give up a lot. He's a fucking... Nah, get out of here.
That's a little bit of a comedian one. I'll take that one.
He's a comedian. Wait, take the China one. Yeah, no. I'm well aware that China has cut off importing our beef. We aren't the only beef supply in the world, but China is the only huge isn't the only huge country either. If they're going to pivot from us, we should do the same and start selling more of our beef to India. Okay, so sometimes...
No, that is clearly it, because like in India, they don't eat beef.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Have I just been rickrolled? Is he not actually a representative?
Wait, did you not check whether or not he was...
No, fuck no. I just saw the tweet.
Fucking
And I was
idiot.
like, this guy's definitely fucking...
Oh my God. Let's check if Jack Kimball is actually a congressman. What the fuck?
Is he just a Twitter troll? No, he is. Okay, he is. Or is he?
No,
he is definitely not.
I don't believe this website. Go back.
No.
Yeah, go to his Twitter. Go to Twitter.
Fictional congressman on eggs.
Oh my God! You actually got...
I got trolled.
Fucking idiot.
I got fucking trolled.
Bro.
That's honestly banging.
It's banging. Try to go to his ex. I want to see Republican representing California's 54th district and co-sponsor opposed law.
Okay.
Detective Jesus #1.
Okay, so should I have been a better investigator? Because I went on his thing. I was Republican representing California's 4th district. So I was just like, okay, sure, this guy's real.
You got bamboozled by Detective Jesus.
Actually, fucking, I didn't, channel my inner Detective Jesus clearly because I completely missed this.
Oh my God. The fact that we got that live on the podcast is great. As you guys can see, I'm the smart one.
As you guys can see, I do all the work around here, and sometimes you make mistakes.
All the work, one
so
Google
let's just,
search.
This is a note to me. Let's put a
Videlle
does his best up on here. Okay. And I just hope it's just a picture of my face right now.
Right now. Fucking hell.
There we go.
My God.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's great. But I mean, yeah. So I got
I'll
trolled.
never let that go.
I got trolled.
I'll never let that go.
I got trolled.
I'll never let that go.
Unlucky.
No, don't say unlucky. Don't.
Unlucky.
Be ashamed.
That's a nat one right there.
Oh,
I'm rolling dice. Come on, you dirty motherfucker.
Brother, you did this. So, then we got the whole stuff happening with people going in space.
Yes.
Specific people.
Specific people.
Who went to space fucking... I don't actually.
I don't know who the rest of them were.
Yeah, but there was like an oddly specific amount of people. I don't know if they were celebrities.
I think all of
business
them were.
people.
I mean, okay, let's just set the scene real quick, right?
Set the scene.
We've got millionaires going to space to exploring the world and the lands. And our hero, Jeff Bezos, is making sure all of this is possible.
Jeff Bezos with the fucking billionaire laugh.
Oh, he has an evil fucking laugh.
Yeah, evil mastermind laugh.
No, he is straight up an evil villain. Like he sounds like an evil villain.
I want to
villain.
that.
That's a hard word to say. But no, Katy Perry went to space. Short line.
Let's just fucking go straight into it. Katy Perry went to space.
Katy Perry went to space. I don't know who she went with.
Yeah.
A bunch of other
normal people who didn't fucking act up and do too much.
No, I think they were all celebrities. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but they just,
no.
They went to space. They did the interview probably, and they were like, "Yeah, this was cool. I loved it." Where Katy Perry was like,
Feminism.
"Mother Earth loves women."
Yes. I do think this does make history in of a sense because it's the first all-female party. That's not what it's called, but like,
yeah, party.
It's not called a party.
Fucking D&D.
Yeah, right. But all-female crew. All female. Crew.
Was all female?
It was all female.
Oh, that's why did she mention anything about females? Like Katy Perry when she came back?
Yeah, no, she was all about feminism. She was like, I feel so connected to Mother Nature because we as women are.
Oh, she did? I didn't see the full interview. Only see only see her kissing the ground like an idiot.
No. She disempowered me as a woman, blah, blah, blah. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, great that she feels that way. Just a little very fucking memeable because what are you talking about?
Exactly. You're just yapping away.
You spent $250,000 on this one seat to go. She didn't even read
$250K? That's cheap as fuck.
I mean, I will say that is the what I could read from sources because a lot of the sources say that it is technically undisclosed how much it actually maybe cost, but the only number I could find was 250. So it's 250 and above. I don't know. So somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's also a PR stunt. All in all, like I'm sure she comes out with a new album in a second, and that's why she's doing this whole thing.
But what surprises me is the fact that she went so overboard. She did the whole thing where it's like, okay, let me kiss the ground. Oh my God, I love the earth. It's so good to be back. I got a new understanding of how the world, how we humans feel connected to the earth. It's like, shut up. Yeah. Shut up. What do you mean?
I think the one thing, there are people training their fucking asses off, being smarter than everybody else to join like NASA programs to go to space and
being
make
in
a difference.
2 years straight or some shit.
I even think it's more probably. Yeah. But yeah, let's just say 2 years. She pays for a ticket to just go.
She's a new woman.
As far her entire perspective of life has changed. In space, women are the best. But you know, at the end of the day, there's been a lot of wonderful women went to space, but Katy Perry's just unfortunately not one.
The funny thing is, she probably did this, kissed the earth, found this new perspective and acceptance of the earth, and then afterwards she went to the airport and got on her private jet back to the fucking California. Just like, fuck off.
I mean, as far as I know, her just going to space was awful for the environment.
Exactly. Like useless fuel, and there's probably some fucking metal left somewhere else.
I think one of the funniest things is that she barely like went to space. Because it's space tour, so you do go to like the edge of like you're outside.
You're on the edge.
You're on the edge, right? Which again, it would
you get to see the curvature of the earth.
It would be very fucking cool.
It is cool.
It would be very fucking cool. But at the same time, I think there's more important things in this world. But that's not really.
I feel like really going to space is like going to at least halfway to the moon or to the moon. That's like, okay, you went into dead space.
Yeah.
And then you got to another.
No, you're actually
another like I was about to say planetary, but that's not it. Another. Another I forgot the words, man. But like
solar system.
That's not it. No, but to another place in the solar system, right?
Yeah. Okay.
There's a body, another body of the solar system. You could say
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know shit about space.
I wish I did. You can say it like that. I used to play so many space games and so many space movies.
I used to play space
actually, I used to know a lot of terms. I used to know so many terms, but they're gone.
I mean Pluto. When I was a kid, Pluto wasn't a planet.
Pluto's not a planet.
I mean, it is again. It gained a title back.
No, it's not.
It's definitely.
Stop.
It is.
Stop.
Yes.
No, it's still a moon.
They took it away and they gave that motherfucker back.
It's still a moon.
Nope.
No, it's not a moon because it doesn't orbit anything.
Pluto is the dog of planets.
Pluto's the black dog.
What the fuck?
And I'm black sheep. That's what I'm saying. Black sheep. Not black dog. Black sheep. The black sheep of planet.
What am I supposed to do?
The black
What
sheep.
am I supposed to do with you? You're impossible. Yeah, it's the black sheep of the planet.
It's
For
the
sure.
black sheep of the planet.
Even though he's just a little nice guy who just fucking does his thing, you know?
Yeah, but he's
Honestly,
he's
Pluto's my
useless
favorite.
fuck.
Pluto's my favorite planet. Shout out Pluto.
Pluto should go back. Shout my back.
Shout out Pluto. But I mean, either way, it's just fucking insane that rich people just go to space for no fucking reason just to come back history.
No, it's not crazy.
It's for feminism.
No. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. The only crazy part is that she did too much. Like, if I went to space, I'd be like, wow, film it, enjoy it, be in the moment. And then I'd go back and be like, yeah, so that was crazy. And then I live my life. There's nothing more to it.
You come back down after experiencing something very, very, very few people in the history of the world have experienced. You're like,
That was crazy.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure,
yeah.
yeah. I enjoyed that. You know?
I enjoyed that.
enjoyed
Yeah.
Let me go get a burger.
Would I do it
now.
again? Maybe not. Yeah. So is McDonald's still open?
Or if I do want to try something, that's one thing that I won't be able to try unless I get insanely disgustingly rich. Right?
Yeah, so sub to our Patreon.
Sub to our Patreon. This
To
is a
fund-
goal.
Sub to our Patreon to fund Wade's fucking space adventure.
My space debacle, which is I want to fuck in space.
Okay.
Fucking in space seems like the ultimate way to fuck. Like, imagine it. Now, actually imagine it.
Well, I can't. I have never been to space.
Okay, imagine no gravity.
How would you imagine that?
Okay, have you been in water? It's like that, but less.
Okay.
You see? Look how your imagination shows shit, bro. I'm like out here thinking about easily. Hello?
I don't know, man. It's just not how my brain
Okay, you've been
works.
underwater, right?
Yeah, but what?
You've been underwater, right?
Yes, I used to be an elite swimmer. I've been underwater.
Exactly.
Yes.
So underwater, you go slowly, right?
Yes.
And you're kind of stuck in the same place unless you move.
No, you're right. I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah. So imagine zero gravity. It's just nothing.
Yeah. No. No.
Imagine the shit you could do while fucking.
I mean, you had me until I said while fucking. I would love to just like do that through the air and like.
yeah, everything.
I love
everything's zero gravity.
Honestly, one thing I would love to make a sandwich in space. That'd be really cool.
That seems like the most annoying thing you could do.
Exactly.
Like the most annoying, like the dressing flies off. And
Yeah, you have to catch it with the thing. It's like a whole mini game. It's like playing Overcooked,
Yeah, but the
in
pieces
real
of the
life.
bread, the crumbs go everywhere, and then boom,
Yeah.
your spaceship is contaminated.
Then you can
can't
just
get it
kind of run and catch all the things.
away. You just,
Yeah.
you just go fucking vacuum
That'd be sick
that
as
shit.
fuck. I feel like that might be a whole mini game that I would love to do.
Honestly,
Oh,
zero
yeah.
gravity is just like the funniest thing. You can do
But
that
sure,
on Earth,
fucking
though.
in space. I'm sure it's it seems hard. Again, I don't know.
No,
how
I think it'd be easier.
But if you're in water,
'Cause
there's so
you're-
much resistance. Is that no?
Yeah, but there's no resistance. There's zero gravity and no resistance.
Yeah.
So you just
I'll write it on the bucket list. Yeah, no, I did. Yeah.
you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Nah, that shit
I'm
work.
hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Work.
I'll write it on the bucket list of things. Fucking space. Yeah.
Fucking in space, eating in space, fighting in space.
Yeah. I feel, but then again, the impact would be nothing, right? You would just push them.
Because you still push hard. It's still exertion of force hitting you.
I feel like you just like push them. Like yeah, they can feel it, but I feel like on
If
Earth,
they push
would
with it, maybe if they go like this with it.
Yeah, I feel like you just push a guy. It's
But I
just
feel like you don't. It's not
boing,
slow mo.
and then
It just depends how strong you. The stronger you are, the faster you move.
I don't
zero
know.
G.
I guess again.
You don't know physics. You don't know basics physics.
No, because
We
dumb.
learned this
I failed
in like
physics.
5th grade, bro.
I failed physics. I failed most
you didn't.
classes.
You didn't fail 6th grade.
Well, we didn't have physics. In
We
sixth grade.
did.
No.
Physique.
Yeah, that was in 7th, and I failed.
Shoot the class.
Yeah, I still failed. I got a 0, 0, 0, 0 every single year. I
Oh yeah,
never
but you
passed
can't really
it.
fail. You still get on to 8th grade.
Well, yeah,
It's impossible.
I
to
was
fail
very
it.
good at other subjects, so they couldn't hold me down for my lack of physics knowledge. Okay, I spoke fluent fucking English since I was 10 years old.
True. English did carry 12 every time.
Big time, every time.
That's A plus, by the way. 12 is A plus.
Yeah, I was an A+ student with any language, and anything else, I was dumb as shit. Brick boy. Oh, they used to call me Brick Boy. How bad I was at math.
Big bro. Crazy.
I can hear the connotation of certain other things. So, honestly, I think we should move on. Honestly, I would love to move on to Bitcoin.
All right, let's move on
I've
to
embarrassed myself enough on camera today.
Let's move on to the binge corner.
How many to this binge corner? Come on, man.
Yeah. I guess we'll give it to you first.
Me? Okay. I originally for this episode had written something else, but then I fell into the deepest, darkest holes of the internet, and I found this thing called Dimension 20, which is a D&D. I almost want to call it a podcast. It's not a podcast. It's just a campaign.
It's not.
It's not. But I listen to it as a podcast because I do it at work. But I'm infatuated. I love it. Every single fucking second of it. I have seen 8 episodes. They're all 2 hours long, and I started like 5 days ago, maybe. It is my life.
Is it the same campaign?
It's like the same campaign. It's called Fantasy High. So I found, because they actually recently, like I think 2 months ago, uploaded a video of like how to watch Dimension 20, because they have so many shows.
Let's hear what is Dimension 20.
Dimension 20 is, if you know, do you know College Humor?
Old YouTube stuff.
Exactly. College Humor, who now is Dropout, like they left YouTube. They rebranded from College Humor to Dropout, which is a funny little thing, right? Because they dropped out of college.
They dropped out of college.
Exactly. And now it's like a paid subscription service. But they, after a while, release the shows from the service onto YouTube. Because their roots are YouTube, right?
Right.
So Fantasy High is the first campaign that these guys do. Which
so that's the first D&D campaign.
It's the first D&D campaign they ever did at College Humor.
Okay.
And they have Brennan Lee Mulligan, who every sketch he's ever been in, everything he's ever done in College Humor has always been fantastic. So I had 0 reservations when I saw that he was DM.
Huge respect for him. Yeah.
He's huge. He's just a genius person. And this is the cast members from Dimension 20.
Okay.
And one of the cool things, oh my God, never mind.
Not $49 annually. Huh?
The funny thing is that most of these people have not played D&D before.
That's usually the best.
Yes.
The best.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any other D&D campaign. I've heard of Critical Role, which is one of the big ones.
Critical Role is better.
But I haven't heard
Matt Mercer. Yeah, Matt
But
Mercer.
I've heard that Critical Role is like everyone knows what they're doing, right? It's more serious, I would assume. Whereas this is clearly the first episode of many of seasons.
So this is like a newbie version of doing Critical Role.
I am so sure that later on, because they kind of keep the same
they
cast
get deep
members,
into it.
Yeah, everyone gets it.
Of course.
But because this is the first one, it's very interesting because these 3 people have very limited. Like these 2, they have never played before. He's played a little bit clearly, but he's just like, they're all comedians and actors.
Yeah, so they can easily get into the role.
They're so good at getting into it.
Yeah. I feel like that's the most important thing about doing D&D. Like there's that one clip of John Bernthal talking with
something.
And
Walter?
Something like that, right? But basically the one from Daredevil.
Yes.
Karen, right?
Karen, yeah.
She basically, she's a D&D dungeon master?
Yeah,
a DM.
Yeah, a DM.
A DM, right? And she just puts him in the situation. He immediately just does perfectly.
Yeah.
Like perfectly.
Because it's like a part of the DNA. If like that's your thing.
If you're an actor, a performer, or any type of like, you can
actor performer. Yeah, no, I think those words
actor performer
encapsulate perfectly. Yeah.
What is that thing called when you do something? No. As an actor, you can go to classes to like do something on the spot. What's that called?
Improv.
Yeah. If you're good at improv, you're good at D&D.
100%.
That's basically it. Just being good at improv.
Yeah. No, and it's, I don't know. I played it once or twice in my life.
I wish I played it, man.
We had a lot of fun, but we played a lightweight version. Because it was just friends, and most of us hadn't done it before, so it was, because it has a lot of fucking rules.
Yeah,
and
a whole book on it.
It's really not easy to get. They have multiple books on it, I feel like, and it's not easy to get into. Really, I think the main part of your D&D career is how good your DM is at handling people.
Yeah,
and that I think is what Brennan Lee Mulligan does very well. Because he's very goofy. He will gladly invite some crazy fuck. Like one of the guys at some point is like, the first monster they fight in this campaign is a corn monster made of
corn?
Creamed corn. But the creamed corn monster has a lot of buttholes.
So you fuck the buttholes.
No. No, not quite. But one of the people ask, what do I need to roll if I want to jump in one of the buttholes?
Oh, jump into them?
Into the butthole. So the first thing he asks Brennan is like, are the buttholes goblin sized? Because he's a goblin. And Brennan immediately, he's just like,
Yes.
Actually, they are. And
so you had to do an agility roll, no?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, you
It
don't
was
remember
like
because that's probably an agility roll, and then he rolls a
Yeah.
nat 20 or whatever. It's like,
yeah. I mean, if he rolled a net 20, he would just go straight in and grab what he needed and got out. He rolled so horribly that he got in and had to like fucking
wiggle his way into the asshole.
But that's what I really like about this campaign. It's very unserious. Like they're clearly
That's how you should.
they're
do
just
it.
having a fuck ton of fun.
Yeah.
And Brennan gladly takes on insane ideas, and people obviously have to roll for them. But he just loves the initiative that these guys show, and it's a really good thing. And honestly, high recommend. High recommend.
I'll do this after because I have to do my critical role run. I haven't done it yet.
Okay, I would honestly start with this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We'll start with this.
Yeah, it's way more lightweight if you're not a super D&D person. It's because I'm not. It's been a wonderful way of just getting into it because it is so lightweight. Of like they kind of just explain the rules along the way because two people haven't played it before.
Yeah.
So like if you're someone that don't really are super into D&D, it's a great way of just figuring out how the game actually works. And it's very fun. They're all comedians, so it's very fucking funny.
It's just a lot of improv.
It's a lot of improv, and they're really good at it. I almost would love to show a clip, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work. But it definitely go watch Dimension 20. It is such a wonderful show.
High recommend. What would you give it on the binge corner?
I mean, since I've literally binged 10 hours of it in the last couple of days, probably
That's like a
7.5 to an 8. Yeah,
I'd say a 9. That's probably the biggest rating.
I don't know about 9.
Yeah,
maybe the later campaigns there's 9s because this is still the first one. So it is like, but no, an 8. I'd give it an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, no, it's
that's definitely that's his third highest.
Yeah,
I think the second highest. The second highest.
I don't know. Eventually, I was thinking of doing this thing where like I have a high score. And I'm saying this to the camera, to the people, where I have like a high score of where it like ranks and every week it changes. So far I'm too fucking lazy to do that.
Yeah. We'll get it done sooner or later.
I'll get it done sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
But yeah, that's my pick for this week's.
This week's
binge corner.
Binge corner.
I had to remember the I was supposed to say lullaby, but the tune.
The lullaby.
It's the binge corner.
That actually works too. All right. So my binge corner, what I bring to the table this week is the classic. Not the original, but definitely.
Is it not?
It is not the original.
Oh, I actually thought it was.
But it's the spin-off of a greatly loved show by our elders. So probably
by our elders.
Our elders.
By all the uncles
Our
and
parents.
aunties and grandparents.
Some of your parents, and probably maybe your parents would know too. Mine wouldn't, but yours would. Law and Order.
I don't think mine would, but continue.
Yeah. Law and Order used to be a big show in America. It
still is.
No, Law and Order is cancelled.
Oh, I thought you meant... Okay, sorry. Yeah, continue. I'll stop interrupting.
The Law and Order is basically the biggest one. That started in 1990, went on into 1990, I think 2000 something, and then it stopped. But the first spin-off of it was Law and Order Special Victims Unit, which is Law and Order's SVU. Which is a series that has been going on since 1999 until now, 2025, and it's still ongoing.
And it's still ongoing.
Still ongoing. Amazing series. When I was younger, whenever my mom put some random ass shit on in the Danish Kanal, so Channel 5, she'd watch CSI Miami. Or like
I do know that one.
Yeah, all the fucking random ass the shows that were always on TV back in the day. And then SVU was on here and there. My mom used to watch it, and then I think a year ago, I just decided like, hey, I'm gonna give this a watch because it came on Netflix. From season 8 to season 12 came on Netflix, and I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a try.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
interesting to just put like a middle list, but I guess the way the show works.
No, the licensing deals
around
who gets what.
I understand the ideas of it.
That's insane. By the way, it's chopped up. 25 seasons are chopped up, I'm pretty sure, between 4 different fucking streaming
networks.
Services. Streaming services. It's all given by NBC.
Yes.
Which is the big one, right? They made the series. They have the license, but they're just giving it out. So Amazon gets this, Netflix gets that, fucking Hulu gets this. Yeah. And it's like, fucking hell, you gotta buy 3 streaming services if you want to watch it all legally.
And that is streaming economy, guys.
Yeah, very nice.
10 out of 10. This is what we didn't want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I then watched on a very legal site. I watched from the
you watched all of it on Netflix, of course.
Yeah, I watched all of it on
All of it on Netflix. And Hulu. and
Amazon Prime.
And yep. We have all of them.
I watched season 1 till the first part of it, from season 1 to season 20.
Oh, so you started at season 1?
I started at season 1, 1999, the year I was born.
I have, which is crazy. I have one question. Does it matter? Like, is there like an because
there is an overall.
There's an overarching story.
A very loose overall red thread, but you can go on any episode
and watch
and
it,
get the gist of it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because every episode is its own case, and that's what's good about SVU or Law and Order. I haven't seen the original Law and Orders, but it's based on the same. It's called Law and Order because you get to see the investigation from the police first. Halfway through the episode, the investigation, how you get to the suspect, what kind of things you need to prosecute and indict the suspect, and then you see the last, the other half of the episode, which is the law part, which is seeing the ADA and the counselor or the lawyer prosecuting so-called suspect and how that goes, which is the basic recipe for every episode.
I feel like this show has spawned people that think they know so much about law, but don't know anything about law, because I saw this in Special Image Universe.
100%. I know way too many terms, and I feel like if any cop in America wants to fuck with me, I know my Fifth Amendment.
And that is so funny because I feel like none of it would work.
No. If I get to court, I'll say, not guilty. I don't want to be remanded. Give me an ROR. You know what ROR is?
I don't fucking know.
Wait, I forgot.
Oh my god! So you'd be fucked too. We'd all be fucked.
No. Released on own recognizance.
Okay, so
which basically means that you just get off.
You just get
off scot free until.
And
the
I'm
trial
sure
starts.
the moment you say that, they're like, okay, of course. He said the magic words. You want to be R&R? R&R? Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
The prosecution says the indictment is for second-degree murder. I'm like, RR.
R&R, and they're
judge.
Like,
RR.
Hey, I'm so sorry, sir. We didn't mean to keep you here. Keep going.
But the funny thing is, the lawyer would say, the judge would say, no, the lawyer has to say it. And it's like, I don't need my lawyer. I'm my own counsel.
I don't need my lawyer.
I'm my own counsel.
I'm my own counsel. All right, buddy.
But either way, it's just interesting to see of course, it's dramatized.
Yeah.
Dramatized.
I mean, obviously.
But it's still very much at certain points it shows the progress of what would happen. So you see a court case, you see it in 6 scenes that are 20 minutes, but that would actually take 6 months.
Okay.
Those proceedings, right?
Yeah.
Everything from motion appeals to actual testimonies and stuff like that. That'll take like an actual year or maybe 2, depends on how complex the case is. But it's just nice to see the base of it, how it works. Even though it's
I have one question, and this is me maybe mixing it up with another show, but is this the show where they have the IT girl where like she taps the computer like it's like I'm in?
Oh no.
Is that CSI?
No, yeah, that's CSI.
That's CSI.
That's definitely CSI.
That's CSI.
CSI is like the ultimate. From what I remember when I was fucking 8.
I just remember the one scene where
no, but
but enhance.
Yeah, it's always enhanced. It's always like that one guy from the Miami show, like the one guy. You know what I'm talking about? He goes up, he says,
like
"So what do we got here? What do we got here?" And she's like, on the big screen,
enhance.
Enhance that picture. Exactly.
Okay. So that's CSI. Okay. Cool.
It's happened a couple of times.
I mean, I'm sure.
A couple of times.
It is like tropes.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
they share some tropes. That makes sense.
But they got the thing I like about it. I like. Again, in America, there's so many different states, so many different different legislations of different stuff, right?
100%.
So this wouldn't make sense in anything else, but like Manhattan, the Manhattan courtroom, I know too well.
Does it take place in New York?
It's New York. It's the Manhattan SVU department, Special Victims Unit, and that exists as well in real life. They're not called SVU. They're called. If you can Google
Brooklyn 9.
if you can Google detective departments of the NYPD. Detectives or
Well, these are
there's the different boroughs. Yeah, so it's Manhattan, right?
Yeah, Manhattan's
Special Victims Division. Yeah, they're called SVD instead
in real life.
Unit. Yeah, in real life.
I mean, there's also a Special Investigations Division, so it's
no, that's the same one.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Forensic. Yeah. Okay.
They deal with special stuff like sex crimes.
I see.
And and so many others, but I don't remember the other thing.
I don't.
Animal cruelty. Arson explosion is actually, they have their own thing. But that's
Cold Case Squad.
If you can write NYPD departments.
NYPD departments.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure there's I remember seeing. It's Wikipedia.
Bureaus?
Wikipedia. No, Wikipedia is gonna make it easier. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, these are all the bureaus.
No. Trust me.
I'm trusting.
Trust me. And they go down. So we have the office of the police commissioner, right?
Yeah,
you
so
go
we
down,
have the chief of department.
and then you have the chiefs of every department. So there's, if you go up, so there's crime control strategy, chief of D's. In the series, they call chief of detectives.
Chief of these nuts.
Yeah. Got him.
Sorry.
they call him chief of D's whenever he calls the chief of detectives.
I would not be able to.
And
I would. Yeah.
If you click on detectives,
Yep.
the little blue one.
Yep, I'm clicking.
Yeah, that one. If you go down,
Detective Bureau.
there you see special victims, major crimes. Major crimes is in the series as well. Crime scene unit, SCU, who are there every time and scrapes up and cleans up.
I feel like is that not like a show too, like something like CSU?
I think you're thinking CSI.
I understand, but I feel like there's a department of one of the crime shows which is like specific.
Yeah.
Anyways,
SCU is, I think, in any state, the ones who just clean up the DNA and get everything off and stuff like that. And then you got
got everything. I mean, today we're talking about
we were talking about SVU.
Ins and outs of the
NYPD
New York Police Department. Yeah.
But I've gotten so much information about how New York works.
Yeah.
Specifically when it comes to the structure of like fucking investigations.
Yeah, okay.
But then again, like on a very basic level.
Yes.
Extremely
it's
basic.
TV still. Like, I think
it's
that's the
TV.
one,
It's TV.
But you've definitely seen clips of people that like act like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't know if there's a specific one, but I feel like I have the memory of a video where like a cop stops someone in America and they're like, I have watched Law and Order and you can't do this to me type beat thing, and you're like, honey, that's not how that works.
But that's the fucked up part, because I've seen stuff in America as well where it's like,
even
if
time
you,
unfair.
You say there's a cop, my Fifth Amendment, this, and then you're in some fucking Louisiana town or some shit. Like some weird ass fucking place where the cop just doesn't give a fuck and doesn't have to give a fuck. Yeah. I feel like it's something else if you were in New York, because you can sue, you can hold the people accountable. Yeah. There's body cam, this and that, boom, boom, boom. But then again, there's so many cops out there where whenever you just you say this is my right, but they don't know it, because how long does it take to become a cop?
No time. It is so easy in America. And we could have a whole episode on how fucking insane that whole.
We don't need to get into all of that, but fuck me, man. That's
but ACAB.
Okay, that's great. ACAB is crazy. BLM and ACAB, is that what we're doing now?
I mean, BLM, I feel like is fairly important.
Listen, ALM, all lives matter.
And this is but no, yeah, sure.
No, honestly, all lives matter. That's
of course, all lives matter.
Nah,
that's like
you only say black people matter. Like, fair enough though.
Fair enough.
Don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. Thank you, God.
Sorry, I was getting frustrated. I was tissing out real quick. I mean, nonetheless, we could have a whole episode about the world's injustices, and I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up being 4 hours long. I mean, Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
If you guys want to hear our real political opinions that have seeped out into this episode,
sub to the Patreon. That's my man right there. That's it.
Nigga.
I'm so happy we agreed on that.
Anyway, so that was the binge corner, and that pretty much, unfortunately, wraps up the 5th episode.
I wanted to end it with that was the binge corner. Hey, but thank you. 1, 2, 3.
That was the binge corner.
Let's fucking go.
That's
it. I might cut that and make that a thing.
All right, but anyways, thank you guys.
Send it off, buddy. Send it off.
I'll send it off. Thank you for joining this 5th episode of the BingeCast, and hopefully you'll come to the next one.
Holy moly guacamole.
Holy moly goddamn guacamole.
See you guys.
See you guys.